In this video, we're going to talk about another method of factoring trinomials called slide and divide. So our example, we have 2n squared plus 5n plus 2. This was the same as the second example from the last video on factoring trinomials when a is not equal 1. So you can double check that. You can compare the two methods, see which method you like the best. So in this method, we are going to slide a to C. So we're going to take this 2 and we're going to slide it into that 2. And what we mean by slide is we're going to multiply it into it. And we are going to rewrite this now as n squared plus 5n plus 4. So this makes it look a little bit easier. N squared plus 5n plus 4 looks a lot easier than 2n squared plus 5n plus 2. So that's kind of where this method comes from. From this, we are going to factor it into two binomials. So we're going to put n in both of them, because we know that n times n is going to give us that n squared. Now we have to figure out what goes here. We know that 4 times 1 is, when we add 4 and 1 together, is going to give us that 5. So we're going to have n plus 1 and n plus 4. Now, this is not our answer. What we still have to do is we are going to divide by that a from the original problem. So we're going to divide this by 2, we're going to divide that by 2. So that's where the divide comes into it. If you can divide it by 2, do it. So n plus 4, 4 divides by 2, we can divide it. So that's going to become n plus 2. On this side, the 1 divided by 2, we can't divide that. So what we do is we take this 2 and we're going to bring it up to the n. So this will become 2n plus 1. And that is our final answer. All right, slide and divide example 2. We have 6x squared plus 11x minus 10. Same example from the last video as well. So we first take that 6 and slide it into the negative 10, giving us x squared plus 11x minus 60. We then can factor this to be x minus 4 and x plus 15. Because 4 times 15 gives us 60, and negative 4 plus 15 gives us 11. So now, the divide part of this one is a little bit trickier. Our a was 6. So we're going to divide both of these by 6. I'm sorry, I wrote a 2. That's a 6. So, 4 divided by 6, 15 divided by 6. Neither of those divide nicely. Just like in the last problem, we had 4 divided by 2 nicely, but 1 did not divide by 2. Since it can't divide nicely, we're now going to look to see if we can simplify it at all. So that 4 over 6 simplifies to 2 over 3. We can't divide that any further, so we take that 3 and bring it onto the x. So just like we brought that 2 onto the n before, we bring that 3 onto the x this time. So that becomes 3x minus 2. Now on the other side, we have 15 over 6. That one is going to simplify to 5 over 2. So we divide both by 3, simplifies to 5 over 2. Can't divide that any further, so we flip that 2 up with the x. It becomes 2x plus 5. So our answer is 3x minus 2 times 2x plus 5.